game is a top 25 Big Ten battle. Number 25, Michigan State, and number 4, Ohio State from the Shoe in Columbus. 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app. Week 5 football underway, and Cowboys host the Packers in Dallas Sunday. Both teams sitting at 3-1 and looking to bounce back from a loss last week. In Week 4, the Cowboys lost to the breezeless Saints in New Orleans 12-10 as their sputtering offense only managed 257 total yards. But Dak Prescott still was high on his squad.
You walk around this locker room, and I think I said it when we were 3-0 or whatever. This team's not really, we can't focus on that. We know the potential of this team. We know how good we can be, and we can't focus necessarily on what the record is. You take the good, you take the bad, you live and learn from it, and you get better because of it. So everybody's just been in with the mindset of getting better, however we can.
We now welcome in Louis Riddick. So nice to see you in person.
Yeah, it is good to be here.
Yes.
What's up, Smooth? What's up, Smooth? You know what I'm saying? I had to tweet this morning about the Get Up crew. All of them look, they trying to audition for Chippendales or something. What the hell's going on?
Trying to be comfortable. Just trying to be comfortable.
I'm just saying.
Just trying to be comfortable. You know what I mean?
You know,
Apparently, I'm the only one who came dressed for work.
Let me tell you something right now. I went outside.
Do I not count?
2 days ago, we outside in New York City. It was 93 degrees.
Yeah.
Yesterday, man, I go outside damn near 50.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? That's why my vote.
Got the turtleneck and the corduroy.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm like, the nuts cold. Winter, summer over. Summer's over.
Yeah.
Summer's over. I'm like, I'm
you got to
freezing.
dress in layers.
I'm freezing. I'm serious.
All right, well,
let's go.
Perhaps Dak has to heat it up
That's
for
right.
Dallas, all right? Because he's the leader of their offense. Stephen A., how important is it for Dak to have a big game Sunday?
Believe it or not, I think it will be because obviously, you know, the perception is that Green Bay having the 26th ranked defense against the run. Look, they've been suspect against the run, get the ball in Ezekiel Elliott coming off for 18 carry for 35-yard performance, didn't even average 2 yards a carry against the Saints. He took it personal according to all the reports. He's going to be gung-ho about going up against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, at least that defense, all right? We understand that. But here's what we're not anticipating and what we're not expecting. Dak Prescott to make noise against the third-ranked defense against the pass in Green Bay thus far for the first quarter of the season. And so because of that, you on your home turf, you in Dallas, still don't have your contract, still getting paid $2 million while everybody around you get paid in the 30s, all right? You got $2 million, you after your money, everybody's expecting to revert back to the run, at least for this particular game, because it's Green Bay coming up who's proven this suspect against the run, particularly over the last couple of weeks. And so when you look at it from that perspective, if you're Dak Prescott at Jerry World on your home turf, even with Dallas Cowboy fans questioning whether or not you're the guy to lead them to the promised land because your passing game is suspect in their eyes. Because the first time this season you went against a real team as opposed to the Giants without Daniel Jones, Washington being Washington, the Miami Dolphins, the resident Pop Warner team of the NFL. The first time you went against a real NFL team in New Orleans, you Dak Prescott, you got shut down and all you could do was generate 10 points. You show up against Aaron Rodgers on your home turf, knowing Aaron Rodgers on the opposite side of the field, knowing Green Bay's a third-ranked team against the pass, and you show out, it puts you in a good position.
I agree it does. Of course, it's better for Dak and the Cowboys if he is a superstar against the Packers, but he doesn't need to be. Well, they have such a good team, and Green Bay is, listen, the Eagles really exposed. They have a problem running the ball. They have a problem stopping the run. That is a fundamental problem if you're a football team. I don't care what era we're talking about, passing, whatever. Lewis can talk about this better than I can, obviously, but you got to be able to run the ball and stop the run at some level, right? So, but let's say they load up against the run because this is so clear what's going to happen, right? And they're somewhat effective. Dak will have to hit some strikes down the field, of course, but he could end
looking Pat.
Well, good
Mahomes,
luck with that.
which is this. You know what I'm saying,
He's a
though?
stud. He's a
Gunslinger.
But that's,
Yeah,
that's
right.
how
Well, let me
people
say this,
want that.
But
They
let me
want
tell you,
that.
but let me tell you why your point is very, very profound when it comes to Dak. When we saw Dak as a rookie, what was his shining moment? The Dallas Cowboys against the Green Bay Packers. Playoffs. Dallas is trailing 21-3. Dak Prescott brings them back, and they tie the score at 28. Dak Prescott throws for over 300 yards in that game. He throws for 3 touchdowns in that game, and we said, whoa, this brother is going to be special, because on a big stage with a playoff berth on the line, with Aaron Rodgers on the opposite side of the field, he went tit for tat with Aaron Rodgers, and it took Aaron Rodgers scrambling out of the pocket the way Russell Westbrook did last night, running to his left.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
I did the
Russell
same
Wilson ran to his left before throwing that dime into the corner to lock it. Aaron Rodgers scrambled to his left and threw that sideline.
So that
pass.
said-
I'm saying that's what you're looking for.
So that said,
that's
do
what
you
need
think?
to be
I
Dak.
love the way that sets up. So in other words, Dak has that thing, guys. Rally the troops, don't get down on yourself. Brought them all the way back, and they would have won that game if they weren't facing at that point the best quarterback I'd ever seen, making a play that until Patrick Mahomes came along, only he could
And
make.
we're saying he
Are
has
you
to
saying
remind it.
Dak now has to beat that? He needs to top Aaron Rodgers?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he has to remind everybody of that moment. And this is the perfect opportunity because it's the same guy. It's still Aaron Rodgers on the opposite side of the field. It's the same guy. You remind him. And the same stadium. You remind them of what we remembered most that made us say, excuse me, we need to look at this brother and watch
What we
him.
remembered is, Dak, you're great, but you ain't Aaron Rodgers.
There's really there's two different things at work here. There's what's good for Dak, what's good for the Cowboys, and if you can have them both happen at the same time,
Right.
Now you really are elevating yourself into the discussion of, do you belong with the elites? Because if you can be, even though he doesn't play against Aaron,
Right.
and they're not on the, if he beats him and he puts up 300 and throws for 3 touchdowns,
He balls.
He's gonna shut a lot of people up. He's gonna have the people in his own front office going.
It's
Just give it
not
up.
just
Yeah, exactly.
If
Let's
you're
just write him
Green
a check.
Bay, what are you going to do? You're gonna stack the deck. You're gonna stack the line. You're gonna say we ain't letting Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, no
beat us.
question.
Dak Prescott, show us what you got.
But all you
And
got to
if
do
he
is
does-
loosen him up a little.
I'm just saying.
All you got to do is hit a few.
But
you know.
again, it's not a matter of what he can do or what he has. It's about, remind folks of who you are.
It sets up
your time
perfect
to
for
do
him.
And all eyes will
Because
be
of what he
on
just
Dak.
said.
Now, we got to go to break.
Yeah, yeah.
You're sticking around with us. All right, so we'll have you back. All right, still to come.
Notice you got the shirt.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere. I'm cool.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chippendale.
Doing these quarterbacks.
Still to come on
Chippendale.
first take. I don't know what these guys talking about. What?
Yeah, he started that.
Because
He
we're
started that
watching
mess
these
this morning.
comments about his former teammate Jimmy Butler. Plus, struggles in the passing game have caused a lot of tension in Minnesota, and you don't want to miss what Stephen A. and Max say on how they would fix the problem.
Weekend Watch is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Eat, drink, and breathe football.